scratch.
You feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Almond joys are disgusting.
Oh, no way. They're so good.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like? One thing in life I really don't like at all. I've got nothing nice to say about coconut.
Oh,
Nothing, I've got no good things to say about coconut.
that's my favorite snack.
Is it? It doesn't belong
Yeah.
anywhere near chocolate.
Oh, sure it does.
No.
Like-
When do you know? When do you know when you're done chewing on those coconuts?
Exactly.
Like you just chew and you chew and you chew.
You're supposed to swallow.
I understand that, but there's like usually when you're eating something, you get to a clear point. Okay,
You put it in your mouth, and you chew a little bit, and then you swallow.
I have properly masticated, and now I must swallow.
Hey, there's no need to use that kind of language here.
Oh,
By the way, Sarah, I do want to tell you one thing. When you were gone for just a moment there, the audience doesn't know this, but because we started recording after the fact, Doc actually suggested that, hey, we should just go ahead and start. And I said, no, Doc. I'm going to make an executive decision right now. We're not going to start without Sarah.
Aw.
How about that, Doc?
that's exactly how it went down.
I'm sure it was.
Everything except the executive decision. I actually told Doc, whatever you want, man. I'm like, I'm easy peasy, man. And Doc was like really bitching at me. You know, it just, Doc.
I threw a chair.
Yeah.
In every realm of imagined, like, my brain, I can't fathom Doc like losing his shit. Even in the most strangest circumstances, I could see him like getting really upset. It'd just be like, oh, like, man, and just that's about it.
Like in a jail cell.
Yeah, like even in the worst situation, like his level of mad is probably like my everyday functioning aggravated.
Sir, I don't do. Shut up. Okay, sir, no problem.
He'd be like, man, I don't like this. That would be it.
Oh no, that's not. But that's not. It may seem that way, but Doc has a freaking temper. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness,
Doc.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty calm most of the time, but like 1 out of 10, I will just lose my shit. It's usually how I operate, like pretty mellow all the time, and then one time super not mellow for no reason. I take it out on anybody.
But is your not mellow like screamy, ragey, angry break things?
No break things. Screamy, ragey, angry.
Oh, I just can't see that.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I got that way this morning.
Yeah.
I am a farter, not a fighter, by any means.
A fartist.
I'm a fartist and a farter, not a fighter, and a fartceptionist. But some neighbor threatened me this morning, and I was ready to I wasn't mad that he threatened me. I was mad at the fact that he threatened to do harm to my animals.
Oh
and
my goodness!
I was ready to just come unglued, and I don't like confrontation. I'm the most passive aggressive person you'll ever meet. I'll passive aggressive you to death for years before I say something to your face.
Well,
and,
you don't do that. You don't attack someone's little family.
Yeah.
So continue.
Oh no, he blocked the road. I wanted to go get a burrito. And he blocked the road and waved me down in his car. And he accused us of kicking his dog. And I'm like, what? And it's neither of us would ever kick a dog unless it was literally clamped on us. We'd never do that. And he's like, you started a fucking war. Actually, he didn't say it quite like that. That's very rednecky. He was not rednecky. And yeah.
Did he say it more like, you've started a war?
Yes, he did it in your Irish accent.
So wait a second.
I thought that was Bane. I'm sorry.
You started a war. That's Batman.
So let me ask you this about that, because the story, we can't let you get away with that easy. We're missing information here.
Well, yeah, I was super vague. Sorry. What do you want to know?
So what puzzle pieces did he need to connect in his mind that you guys would even, do that? Like, where's the connection?
So, okay, I used to walk around my neighborhood constantly, like twice a day, every day, so I'm aware of who lives around me, even though I've never talked to anybody because I'm a hermit, whatever. And so this new guy moves in like 2 houses down across the street from us and claimed that he was one of the people's that lived there girlfriend. I was like, wrong, because they're married and it's a lesbian couple. So I don't know about the validity of that statement. Anyway. And so the couple's dog always used to get out all the time. And one day I actually was like helping her get the dog back because it's this dog that's just like, I'm loose. I love everything. So it just darts and runs away. And I guess the dog got out the other day. I wasn't home. And my old man was outside and the dog like runs up and he like stomps his foot and tells it to go home. And I guess the guy who apparently does drugs, I don't know, thought he kicked the dog.
Okay, so this guy that's a liar is a separate neighbor, and he probably went to the guy that owns the dogs and said, hey, they kicked your dog.
No, he quote unquote lives with them. He was laying in their yard the other day, like literally just sprawled out in the yard.
But he's a liar, though.
Oh, like totally. Apparently he's a...
So that's the genesis of the issue. That guy is talking smack about you and your old man.
The dude is on drugs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's totally.
He had a big bowl of sugar coated meth pops for breakfast, and then he went and he gave Sarah a hard time about it. He was like, "You know what I saw?"
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with that type of person. I would already be for your sake on alert. I don't mean to stress you out.
Oh no, totally. I'm the most anxious person ever, so I'm like, lock all the windows and the doors. Make sure that everything stays locked and we don't leave the garage open. And yeah.
Absolutely, because people can be jerks and evil.
Kick you just like I kicked your dog.
That's what I should say.
And that's where I draw the line. I can't stand seeing humans hurting animals. So it all frickin' bets are off in that scenario. That guy's an idiot.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Both of them are idiots.
100%. Like I'm not worried. And
drugs
are a hell of a thing. Yeah.
Takes a very responsible person to be a drug addict. Properly.
I don't feel that that's I don't know.
You've got to be able to fight through that. You got to know. You got to be responsible enough to be like, did I really see that guy kick the dog, or did I just happen to be? Yeah.
To be a productive member of society, you need to be a very responsible drug user. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, sometimes it's just nap in the front yard time. What are you gonna do?
Do you have a fence around your property?
We have a little like janky fence out back for the 2 wieners.
Okay.
So
yeah,
they don't run loose. But I could give a shit less about my house or property. Like I'd be mad if he messed with my car, but I'm like, don't you dare touch my big black wieners.
Yeah.
So what kind of dog is his dog?
Some sort of terrier.
It's flat dog.
Yeah, it's gonna be a flat dog if it doesn't stay in the house.
A flat retriever.
Well, the dog didn't do anything wrong.
No, I'm saying like the dog's gonna get run over because we have idiots that drive 45 miles an hour through a neighborhood.
45 miles? That's child's play. Come down to Miami.
No.
You're gonna have to jump into the side. You're gonna have to, when you cross the road, you have to dive for the other side.
Oh, no. Like I've been to Florida several times and I was born there, and it's so sticky.
What?
Yeah.
You were born in Florida?
Yes, Tallahassee.
Oh, okay, Tallahassee.
You said that like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because, we're in the 305 down here, girl. This is where we're at. This is, I'm trying to be hip, but it's not working.
No, it's not.
No, you just look like you're sick. Like you're going to have a stroke at any moment.
I do feel a little bit sick, though. I might have to go to the bathroom in a little bit.
Do what you got to do.
Get you some chowder pops.
Oh, yeah. Those were delicious.
Nibble on one of those.
You know how to entice. Everybody in that group vomited, and I was like, that's totally reasonable. I swear to you, I looked at it and I didn't see an issue.
So, okay, on that food note, I have a question. What is, like, Doc's gonna probably throw up in his mouth, maybe, but what is the one food that you love or like you grew up on or something that everybody else is kind of like, oh my God, why would you eat that? That's disgusting. Or like somebody thinks is really weird.
So a traditional Cuban meal that everybody thinks is weird is we eat goat brain simmered in a soft red wine. And the thing about the goat brain is that when you bite into it, it bursts with so much flavor. And
I'm gonna go ahead and call it bullshit.
Also, what is a soft wine?
I don't know. I was inventing as I went along.
Yeah, I had to wait for a minute. I was like, I don't know if he's telling the truth right now. Let him go.
No, but I had you a little bit.
Yeah, you were being too descriptive. That's how you know what that's your tell. That's when I know you're bluffing. Is when you get
soft wine. I lost it.
Yeah, you get a little too wordy.
Okay, so I'll tell you this though. So a lot of people don't know, and I've had this running joke with Bob Lee, that lives up in Ohio.
The general.
And so he says, "Oh, I'm coming down with my wife, and we're gonna go hang out with you, Eloy." I said, "All right, cool." And I'll take you to a Cuban restaurant. So and he's like, "Oh, I don't know about all that. I can't handle the spicy foods."
That's not spicy, right?
And I'm like, "Bob, Cuban food is not spicy. It's it's Caribbean. There's nothing to do with the spice is the same spice that you'd get in any typical part of so salt, pepper, that's basically their tomato sauce, but there's no hot involved." But ever since he said that, every time I get a chance, I go into like I don't know, monkey brains or something like that just to freak him out. And he's gotten tired of me because I just find it so humorous. I just keep. There's really the only sick thing, and I don't eat it, is like tripe. They do a tripe soup or stew. It's disgusting.
Menudo, right? Isn't menudo?
Tripe is good.
Doesn't menudo have tripe in it?
I don't even know what menudo is. Oh, there's like a band.
Yeah, Rory's favorite band.
Yeah.
I like take a shots at him though he's not here. It's definitely Rory's favoriteest band ever.
Have you seen the band Menudo, Sarah?
No, you guys talk about all the music stuff.
Yeah, Ricky Martin was a member of it when he was a teenager.
Yeah, I got nothing.
It's like the
boy band of the 80s.
Latino boy band of the 80s.
Yeah, they were the little heartthrobs of every girl's imagination. Menudo.
The only reason I know that it's actually a band is because you guys mention it probably every third episode.
Yeah, Menudo gets there's weird stuff gets play on this show. We're always talking about Menudo and Kenny G. We mention Kenny G a lot. And the weirdest people get mentions all the time. Just, hey, what about this guy?
We're like Quentin Tarantino, how he brought back like John Travolta's career. We're bringing back Menudo, Kenny G.
Yeah, I'm sure they were just waiting around for us. They're like, wow, I seem to be getting a minor blip. I wonder what this is about.
A little spike.
Yeah, Kenny G's like, I got an extra download today. I wonder why.
I got 2 extra downloads today.
His royalty check was $1.72.
No one knows the name of any of his songs. It's just that one song with plays the horn.
I've never listened to a Kenny G album.
No?
Nope.
You should do it. We should do it together. We'll hold hands and listen to Kenny G. It'll be an outing.
I wouldn't mind now that I'm older and past, the time of rock and roll.
Didn't he play like a clarinet? What did he play?
Alto sax.
Oh, I knew it was a sticky, blowy thing.
Yep. He's a sticky blower.
Did you know that Rory
It was also a sticky blower.
Yeah, he's got some sacks. Yep.
Yeah, Rory's the horn section.
Yep. And by the way, I'm very disappointed with him because he was like, "Oh, I might not even have to go do that other gig and this and that. I'll, let you guys know." And all of a sudden, he didn't even let us know nothing. He just freaking disappeared.
Because I was here. He was like, "God bless."
Yes.
No.
We got Bales in Egypt, and Rory had to work.
And Ryan's in Ohio.
No, I don't think he is right. I think he's camping. Well, he might be camping in Ohio, but I think Ryan's in the woods somewhere.
You mean in the fava bean?
He's in the middle of a cornfield.
That sounds like a bad movie title on some off-brand TV channel. Ryan in the Woods, coming this Friday as a double feature.
So
You're
telling me you were born in Pensacola, you said?
Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm. And how was that? Like,
my birth? Amazing.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You're welcome.
So you didn't grow up there, you just born?
No. Oh, we lived there for a while, but then my mother is psychotic, so we moved all over the United States.
But Tallahassee, that's okay. This is what's weird to me about Tallahassee. It's our capital, but nobody pays attention to it.
Yeah.
Like the action is down here, Sarah. This is where it's at.
Quit pointing to your feet. Come on.
I'm not. My feet are down there too, but this is where it's at. We've got the beaches. Sure, they've got beaches out there too, but we've got. Well, hell, they have everything we got here. But there's something about South Florida. It's where the party's at.
It's also where your sweaty ball sack is at. Not yours specifically, but like.
Well, his too.
Yours too, yeah. But it's.
My ball sack does not sweat. It perspires.
Liar.
It perspires.
It glistens.
It glows. It effervesces.
It was so hot today.
So fun fact, in high school, I came up with a marketing idea for a ball sack, and it was literally like this encased velvet sack that I was going to market and people were going to buy to encase their balls in.
You mean they wear it?
Yeah.
Like a jock strap?
No. Just the balls.
I think you should just put your logo on there and put it on the website. Just, you have all the proper channels to go through to make this happen.
I do.
Just get on it.
This was the time I had like the whatever class in the morning that you didn't do shit in, and like the PE teacher was off, banging one of the students, so we all just sat there and did nothing. And we also came up with the adult theme park and the ball sack holder, and I think that was it.
So that PE teacher was scoring with the students?
Oh, probably, yeah. He was
the sleazeball.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. I was a good kid in high school. Well, kind of a good kid in high school, so I got kicked out for a year.
What did you do?
I got in trouble with the FBI.
Who did you threaten?
I didn't threaten anybody. I don't want to talk about that. We'll just leave that a mystery.
Well, that's great. There's a story.
That's a good cliffhanger, isn't it?
That
is
wonderful.
It would have been a good cliffhanger if we ended the show with that.
This is for the people that have very short commutes in the morning.
Now everybody's going to be wanting to know what the heck happened. FBI, shit.
Yeah, just keep it at that. Doc, you never answered the food question.
What was it? Weird stuff?
Yeah, like weird food combinations or weird food or that you ate.
Oh, I ate all that weirdo Italian. Oh, this. Ugh. It's all either like really bland, like super bland, or poorly seasoned. I've always found there was the tripe soup, but then like my great grandparents were alive for a lot of my like childhood. So my great grandfather, Mikey Cabrich, he used to eat like it was still a depression. So he would
boy.
eat things. Yeah, he would have things like he would eat like a bowl, and
Of
he would have
shoes.
no. Yeah, he'd eat
Bowl of
a bowl of shoes. He would have like a coffee in a bowl, and he would take like stale bread and he would dip it in the coffee, and he would eat the stale bread.
Wait,
Like that.
like coffee grounds or
No, like coffee, like a
Oh.
bowl. Like, instead of like a cup of coffee, he would have it like poured into a bowl. I should you
my
not.
brain went to like coffee grounds.
Yeah,
Like,
no, not like that. No, but like they would take like that, like a stale loaf of bread, or like a day out right before it was stale, like hard bread, and they would rip it up into pieces and they'd dip it into coffee and they'd eat it. That
wow.
was his breakfast. They ate weird stuff like that. They do like a lot of like stuffed bread, like calzone style, but like weird combinations in some of those. The one is scrambled eggs and potatoes.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's good.
That's my favorite.
That's a fat kid dream right there.
Pizza Gibadan.
Yeah, but that's good stuff. We're talking about.
You know what? Depending on who you show that to.
Yeah, some people get a little freaked out.
Some people. I remember when I went back to college one time, and I was with all my Bodies, and my mom brought me one of them because she knows I like it. And like it was me and one other kid that was from Jersey that ate it. And that was it. It was like he's like, oh man, this is great. I've had one of these since my aunt died. There we were, and everyone's like, "You're eating those eggs cold like that?" Just all the white kids were there looking at us funny. But I don't think I want to eat that. It's clearly been at room temperature for too long.
My mom is Portuguese, so we got to eat some funky dishes sometimes.
Yeah,
lots of weird fish.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, it wasn't. It wasn't weird. I grew up mostly in the South, so it was weirder to me.
Yeah.
Like all the weird fish came in like boxes. It was strange.
Yeah, we did the 7 fishes when my great grandparents were alive, and we did it like for Christmas. Italians do the 7 fishes, and I remember going. They were the kind of Italian people that had 2 kitchens. They had the basement kitchen.
What the hell? What is? You say that like it's so like normal. What is 2 kitchens?
They have 2 kitchens. Like this, it's a thing. All Italian families have a second kitchen in the basement that they do all their cooking in, and the upstairs kitchen is just for show.
I just learned something today. I was this many years old when I learned that.
Yeah, especially that's very popular around me. There's always a second oven somewhere in the house.
Oh wow!
Huh.
First of all, you need that many burners if you're going to feed 50 people. You can't feed one of those huge families.
See,
there's always sense. Yeah.
The million people. I just made hot dog pancakes the other day. It was delicious.
Hot dog pancakes.
I grew up with a lot of poor food too. And it's like the cheap man's like sausage pancakes.
Oh, okay,
like,
I got you.
In the blanket. It's that salty. Salty. Can't see my hand motion, but it was like squeezing something.
I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I made a peanut butter and bologna grilled cheese sandwich yesterday too. It was also delicious.
Peanut butter and bologna.
Peanut butter and bologna is good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care for it. Peanut butter is good. I like mine with celery. That's what I like to mix my peanut butter with.
So, like, what about normal, like I say normal, with quotation marks, food? Like, would you eat escargot?
I believe I have.
You have? Okay, what about, like, you said tripe. Have you eaten that?
Yeah.
Yeah, tripe's good. There's a place I get tacos.
I'll try just about anything if it's prepared well. Like, especially if it's like an ethnic thing, and it's like, oh, this is how we eat our blah blah. It's made this way. This is my grandmother's recipe. Here, try it. I'll always try that.
Yeah, that's super rude if you're like, nah, I don't want that.
I'll never. I was taught to sit there and eat a big wet plate of it if it's put in front of me.
The one thing I would probably have a problem with, there's that whatever culture where they eat the food, like they put the goo in their mouth and then spit it back in like the communal tub.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I'm not going to like eating tribe food, but I'm talking about like if I happen to like wander across these people in Pennsylvania, I will eat your grandmother's dish.
Maybe these people have a couple distant relatives out here and they're bringing it back.
Although a friend of mine's German grandmother pushed the issue one time when I was like, "Ooh, man, I don't know if I can eat that." That's
The issue of the like rechewed food.
no, she
Oh.
had like this dish and it had like a raw-ish egg in it, and I was like, "That is a questionably cooked egg."
I've probably eaten my fair share of food that should have killed me.
Yeah,
I'm bad about that. Did we lose Eloy?
he's right there.
Back.
Oh, here he is.
I went to the bathroom.
Oh,
Sprinkle where you tinkle. Be a sweetie, wipe the seedy.
I saw one of those one time, and that's what was written there. And then someone wrote underneath it, "And try not to piss on the floor." And it was like the perfect. I think about that every time. I was like, that was the perfect addition. It was so like it had to be a comedian that did that because it was just such a tight turnaround on it. If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie, wipe the CD, and try not to piss on the floor.
Have you ever, in the middle of the night,
Peach your pants?
woken up? Well, I've done that, but you wake up and you gotta pee, so you walk, but you know how you're drowsy and groggy, and like you don't want to get up, but your bladder's full, so you get up and you walk to the bathroom and you start peeing, and you realize that you're not hearing the typical splash, and you look and you're like, oh crap, and like you totally missed, and you're spraying, and it becomes a whole thing, and you're trying to hold on, and then the walls are getting covered, and then the lights are flickering on and off, and you slip and you fall, and then you
that is actually
and then
happened.
you bump your head on the toilet and invent the flux capacitor, which is what makes time travel possible.
I might have exaggerated the whole thing, but like basically that you miss the toilet.
That happened to me once at my grandmother's house. She had the shag carpet toilet seat.
No.
The topper though. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Like not the seat or whatever, but like
Fuzzy shit.
the fuzzy one that went on top. The very.
You mean the cover? The cover, the warmer?
No. This was a lid.
But it was the hat.
The hat. Right.
With
exactly.
The fur, with the little.
Yeah.
With fur, that's worse than anything because at least the plastic, it's.
Well, yeah, and plus, you don't know for a minute if you're just peeing right on top of that in the dark because it soaks all that. And I remember it was like 4:00 in the morning, and I slept over there because we did that a lot. And I remember being like, I am going to get the shit kicked out of me when these old guineas wake up. Like I was just, I was probably like 8 years old, and I was like, man, I really, really hope that my great grandmother doesn't catch me before. I hope my grandmother finds this before my great grandmother does, because she was, old
She would
school.
beat you with a spoon.
Old school, very little English. You know what I mean? We were just gonna lay kids to waste, and then we're gonna deal with the repercussions of this later.
I peed in a church parking lot once.
Oh no.
It's not like I peed in the church, like on the floor. I peed in the parking lot.
Why didn't you go to the restroom?
I did in the parking lot. I had to pee. I was drunk.
I'll pee just about anywhere. If I've got to pee, I gotta pee. So I don't, if I gotta go, I gotta go.
I find that
back.
I know I have different parts than you guys, but I find as I get older, the louder I pee.
Holy smokes.
It's weird.
Louder?
That is a really astute observation.
Well, I think about it because when I go to the bathroom, you got all the ladies in there peeing, and some of them you hear it, it's like very delicate and like tinkle, 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 and other people it's like whoosh, and you wonder what's going on. And
I used to. Let me tell you this thing. This is horrible, but you brought this on.
I just do shit.
Wow.
When there's public, in like at a store or Home Depot or wherever the hell, the guy's bathroom obviously has the urinals and all that, and so we've touched on this before, but there's a row of urinals, and the unspoken rule amongst guys is that you go to your urinal and there's empty urinals. And if somebody comes in, you don't park your ass next to the urinal where you're at. You do it as furthest away possible. You know, like let's say there's a broken urinal. Okay, you'll move one over still far away from me, or vice versa if it's another person. But there's always there's
So it's kind of like bar seat rules.
I got a funny story quick.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
at a concert with my youngest brother, and it was one of those times where you get your like uncle to come out with you that never comes out. So my uncle Steve Rugg is there with us, and he's like my dad's
Steve Rugg.
Steve Ruggs.
Oh, Ruggs.
Yeah, Stevie
That's
Ruggs.
so funny.
They just call him Ruggs.
Okay.
So Stevie Ruggs, and we go into the thing, and we're in the bathroom, and he ends up, concert, so it's full house. He's peeing in the kids' urinal, right? So he's peeing in the kids' urinal, and next to him is like this 6'8" dude peeing. So Steve looks over to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I have to piss in the kids' urinal," and he goes. That's what he says to the guy, and he takes his pause, and he's like, "Yeah," and he zips up and walks away. Or my dick hits the urinal cake, and he walked out. He washed his hands, and he walked out. Me and my brother are crying. We are laughing so hard, crying. I have tears in my eyes. I am trying to just dying of laughter.
It hit the urinal cake?
He's like, he told the guy, he's like, "Yeah, I have to piss in the kids' urinal, or my dick will hit the urinal cake."
Because it's further down.
Yeah, he needs to go to the lower toilet.
So, similar story, not about me peeing in a kid's urinal, which I wouldn't put it past me to try that. Anyway, we're at a convention, and the guy who shares a booth with me, he goes to, we're drunk also. This is probably at 11 o'clock in the morning. I would like, Dad. And
congratulations.
Yeah. And he comes back, and he's like, "I feel like a giant. I feel like there's something wrong." And I was like, "What is wrong with you?" And he's like, "The urinal was really low to the ground, and it was the only one that was in there." And I was like, "Was it a kid's urinal?" And he hadn't even thought about that. So,
Sarah, have you seen? I'm sorry, was that the?
No, that was the story I was in. That was a dumb story.
Have you seen the YouTube clip where it's like maybe Amsterdam or something, and there's like a festival, and this guy comes out of one of the porta potties, and there's a film crew, and he's an American dude visiting Amsterdam and this and that, and he goes over to this sort of long metal thing that's sitting there in front of the porta potties, which is actually the urinals, but he puts his hands in it thinking he sees the camera crew, and he had stepped out of the porta, and he was like probably thinking in his mind, "Let me act like a decent human being and wash my hands." And he went and picked up the actual, what do you call that, Doc? The little blue thing. He picked
the urinal cake,
and he's rubbing it on his hands like so.
Oh, that is some gnarliness right there.
There's no running water; it's just a trough of water, and he sticks his hands like palm olive. I'm soaking in it.
You think somebody would be like, "Hey, bud"?
Well, he says,
"Stop that."
He starts doing that, and the lady interviewer reporter, she's like, "What the?" Like, she turns to the camera, and she's like, and they're all freaking out, and he sees them, and he says, "These aren't. This isn't the where you wash your hands now, is it?" And they're like, and she's like, "No, man." She says to him, and oh my goodness, he walked away with filthy pee. So
he did it intentionally.
No, you gotta,
no, I guarantee you, he was well thought out.
No, Sarah, trust me, you have to see this. It's a guy that he's just out of his sort of like environment, and he wanted to blend with the culture, and he totally screwed it up. I swear to you, it's one of the best videos that I've ever seen in my life because it's so cringe worthy.
Is it really?
It's until the next one, until the next video. But yeah, it's good.
My choice of TV and video watching and music choices are horrible. I don't watch anything worth any quality.
Oh, no.
It's bad.
I started, I found out that the entire 66 Green Hornet is on YouTube. So I've been watching that. Me and Mark Lindsay have actually been watching that kind of together.
Aww.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
Aw.
It's nice to have somebody to bounce this stuff off of. Be like, oh, hey, and like, you know what I mean. Somebody that watched it once before, he saw it when it was new.
Oh
So
boy.
that helps.
Do you guys watch Deadwood at all?
No, is it good?
I've heard it's excellent, but I don't get the HBOs.
Deadwood is amazing. If you get a chance to watch it, watch it. But you have to really pay attention to it because the dialogue that they use is super sophisticated. I feel like Doc would have no issues with it. I have to like Google stuff all the time when I watch it.
Oh, am I a sophisticator?
Well, your vocabularificationness is pretty good.
Oh, flowery language.
Wait a second. So is this a cowboy movie?
Yeah, it's set in before like that area was an actual like state.
Okay.
It's like 18 a night. I don't know. I don't know my history, but it's kind of loosely based on real things. But it's freaking awesome. Now, I will warn you, they made a movie, and I want my 90 minutes back of my life.
Of that theme?
Yeah, they came back, and the spoiler alert, if anybody hasn't seen the movie yet, so they came back, it was 10 years after the last episode. Like, that was the timeline that they did the movie in. And it was the biggest piece of shit I have seen in a really long time, and I was really pissed because I wanted to see this movie since I heard about it like 3 years ago. And I just finished Game of Thrones, which was disappointing.
No, it was not.
Oh, come on.
What did you want to happen? See, everybody, this. I'll let you tell me what your thoughts are, but I just want to say this one thing. Everybody that I talk with has a disappointing sort of, because everybody wanted Jon Snow / whatever to hook up with the chick and live and get on their pony and ride off in the sunset.
No,
and
I didn't want that. No, didn't want that. It's just the fact that they had years of strife and struggle, and they're all these little people that come together and have had all these things, and now all of a sudden at the very end, like another spoiler alert, at the very end, everybody's like, well, we run the castle now. Herp derp derp. Like, it's just
okay, look.
And fucking Bran. Oh, sorry. Really? Bran?
At 10-11.
Sorry.
So who's Bran? I forget now.
Bran is the king at the end. The kid in the wheelchair. The three-eyed raven.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I want to push him off a ledge.
Okay, see, here's the problem. Like,
there you go, Sarah.
Everybody's got their favorites, but remember, life is dirty, and
wash your hands in the urinal.
Yeah, that's the moral of this one. No, but things don't end up in life. Things happen where you're like, what? And people have to, and it ended, I think, perfectly. Sure, people want it to continue.
No, I don't always want things to continue. Like, I'm fine with stuff coming to an end. Like, I'm okay with that. But just, I didn't even care that what's-her-face died. Like, it's just...
No, I can't let you go. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question then. I want to know, what was the outcome that you kind of sort of would have preferred as opposed to Bran being the king and all the other stuff?
I don't know. Like, I haven't thought about it that much because it made me so mad. And then I watched 2 other shitty movies that made me mad. So I just forgot about all of it. But I don't really have anything than what actually happened. Like, all the good guys now run the castle.
The only thing that pissed me off about the last thing was that she had an opportunity. The Dragon Queen,
Dany.
What's her name?
Daenerys, but everybody calls her Dany.
Yeah, Dany had a moment where she could have chosen to have mercy, and she chose evil, and she torched the whole realm. And that moment, I was like, dang it, why'd you have to go and do that?
Here you go. Here's an alternative ending that I would have done. I wish she had killed everyone. Just torched everyone except for Tyrion. Murdered everybody, and there you go. That's the new queen. You guys are screwed.
Tyrion was my favorite.
Yeah.
The only other upset thing of the last season was that episode where it was filmed in darkness.
I didn't have a problem with that one. I saw it fine.
I couldn't see what the hell was happening throughout the whole darn thing. I mean, I even turned my monitor like forward and down because maybe the shade of it was too dark, man. It's like, what? Well, okay, fine. You're saying that, but as far as the ending, I'm okay with it. I mean, I wish that there was this. I wish that there was more seasons, but what are we gonna do?
And then after that, so I watched Game of Thrones, and after that, I watched the last Jurassic Park movie, whatever that was.
Did it suck?
God, oh my God, it was horrible. It was so bad.
Okay, I won't watch it.
I mean, like, a movie can be bad. Like, one of my favorite movies is oh my God, The Invincibles? No, not The Invincibles. It's the one where Sylvester Stallone and all the other people he recruits.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, what is that called?
That was okay. I don't remember it either because I'm not good memorizing things, but that was okay.
But it's like, it's bad. Like, and you know it's bad. Expendables. There we go.
Expendables.
Yeah, like you go in, you're like, this is going to be shit, but it's going to be glorious, wonderful, stabby, blowy, uppy shit.
And it was crappy.
Yeah, and you're fine with it. Like, I'm okay with that. But if everybody else is going in, like, this is going to be great, and then it sucks, then you want to just, like, push somebody down the stairs.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, I don't even watch official movies anymore, like, in the theaters. I don't even do that. I mean, honestly, the internet is the bomb, you know? What do we need frickin', you know, place where people push with their feet up against the back of your seat or loud people? No.
Every time I go, which is seldom, but every time I go, I feel like it's me and the boy and like 6 other people in the whole theater. Like if you catch it at the right time at the right place.
Yeah.
I go for the experience, not for me, you know, just do something with the kid, you know. I just try not to be like, and we watch TV with this iPad, and we watch this also on this iPad, and then we do this.
All right, what's the most inappropriate thing you've done in a movie theater?
Nothing.
Go.
Nothing. I safely can say I have been a good human being in the movie theater.
I've had beverages of adult nature.
Okay.
While underage in a movie theater.
Shame.
And I've snuck in candy from the dollar store.
Have you ever walked into a movie theater? Because this has happened to me before. An official movie theater.
An official.
And the floors are sticky.
They all are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
what kind of movie theater are you going into?
I said in an official movie theater.
There can be official naughty movie theaters. They have signs out front, and you pay.
I was actually thinking about that because there was a place I used to work that used to drive by, and they had one of those movie theaters.
Is that the place where the poop in the toilet?
No. Good God. No. This was like I used to go work in this one spot, and they had one of those movie theaters like that. It was it was like an edge of town old movie theater, and XXX on the outside. I'm like, oh wow, old style porno theater.
If I found one, I would go to it in a heartbeat.
I would not. You can't sit in the seats because who knows what the hell they've done in those seats. You can't touch doorknobs.
Yeah, I'm good.
Forget the county. The county. Forget the county. Forget the candy counter. I mixed county and candy together and came up with candy.
Better than going the other way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't. You can't order just anything.
No, it's not even good to eat your own candy in there. You wouldn't want to open your mouth for fear of all the porn particles in the air might get on your food. Might swallow those porticles.
Okay, let me ask you this: have you ever been to a titty bar, Doc?
Yeah, it's not my scene, dude.
No, that's not. I'm not asking
When I lived in Reading,
too much
there was
information.
no. Listen, there was a really nice one, or not nice one. There was one that was really famous close to it, and friends of mine were friends with whoever owned it, and they used to go a lot. And so I used to go and like hang out in the cheap seats, and it's not for me. It's the same reason I don't like dance clubs. I don't like loud music when it's dark and flashing lights.
All right.
That kind of sets me off.
Okay, okay, but okay. So now we have established publicly that it's not for Doc. Okay, fair enough. But my question leading to it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that was the question.
No. Well, no, that's fine because you've established you've had a separation from the. But the reason I ask is because who the heck orders food from those beer? Fine, but food.
Ugh.
And incidentally, I'm with you on that. I think it's freaking a
There's pornicles in the air at the titty bar too.
Yeah, I just it doesn't seem like
imagine eating one of them teriyaki meatball sandwiches from Wine. Imagine some teenage Chadrol walking in there with open-toed shoes on, and you're going to eat the food he made. Yeah, no problem.
Did you ever hear that episode, Sarah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who?
I would.
Oh no! I want an eating experience that is disconnected from sex.
Dude, I grew up eating like the Shoney's breakfast buffet.
Oh, I like that.
Redneck town.
No, but that's okay.
I could safely say that there is probably more pornicles and other foreign entities in that buffet than there would be at a strip club buffet. Because you have kids. You have kids sticking their little grubby kid fingers in the bag of scrambled eggs.
Yeah, but you don't know where people are sticking their fingers at the strip club.
I don't know where kids are sticking their fingers. They're covered in poop and snot.
Yeah, but you come into contact with children in general population.
I avoid that.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that you go to the grocery store, there were kids there. There weren't strippers there doing stripper stuff.
Yeah, you got juices and gas.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
kids emit. They're just walking germ balls.
Disgusting. I am not trying to downplay that at all.
I would, if you put me, you had a room of strippers and a room of toddlers, and you put a sandwich in both rooms, and you said, which one would you choose? Not for the content of the sandwich or the content of the room. I would say strippers 9 times out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, but are they just standing there? Or are they doing stripper stuff?
They're doing, you say, do whatever the shit you want to do in this room. I would take the strippers all the time.
So you'll be eating your sub sandwich.
I think it should be a Subway sub.
You'll be eating
you're eating your $5 footlong.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Sarah, no.
Yeah. Oh, anytime. Kids are disgusting.
They are. I've got 2 of them. They're pretty gross. Oh,
they're like humans, but smaller.
They're like little drunk people. Go ahead. Sorry.
My youngest son, he's a runny nose kid. Like, no, not on the lip, but it's just like he's got like a little, and he combats this by doing this all the time. Like he just like wipes his nose with his palm. So he's got disgusting little kid syrup hands where like, I don't know, they emit sugar from their palm area. Like it's like a stickiness. It's like
a defense mechanism.
It must be to like coat his skin in the wild. So so he'll do this, and what ends up happening is his nose gets black. So I'll walk by a bit because your hand gets dirty, and he just keeps doing this, and eventually he gets a black nose from rubbing his nose.
And you wonder why I would eat a stripper $5 footlong versus.
I'm not. No. I'm not wondering. I get it.
I used to substitute teach, and I vividly remember this, and I don't even know if I can get through the story without not gagging.
Ew.
This little kid, I substituted for little kids, like kindergarten and first grade and stuff. And he had the booger nose, and it was straight up, oh God, this making my stomach turn.
Yeah.
Straight up like the green, runny, like comic style boogers both nostrils, and he comes up to me and he licks it. And I was like, ugh,
that's
ugh.
rough. Yeah, don't do that.
That I can handle a lot of stuff. That's disgusting.
I want to test Sarah, her knowledge of 80s movies, and see if you've seen them or not. And it's a lightning round.
Lightning round.
I was an idiot, little tiny booger-filled human then. Okay, go ahead.
But you maybe you've seen it, after the fact. But we'll see.
All right.
Okay, and some will be maybe totally if you've seen them, right? Not just heard of them if you've seen them. So we're gonna go lightning round. Back to the Future.
Yes. Wait, what am I supposed to be doing? Saying yes or no?
Yes or no.
Okay.
And if you have any thoughts on it, you can
pass.
Yeah, Back to the Future. Yes, all of them. I own them all too.
The Breakfast Club.
No.
What?
Caveat to all of this. I probably have at some point. I drink a lot and I don't remember a lot. So
Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Goonies.
No.
What? You have to.
You should correct that.
Yes. You owe it to. Yes, you owe it to.
I don't say that a lot, Sarah. So when I do, it should carry some weight.
Okay. I agree.
All right.
You should correct that.
If
you don't want to watch 16 Candles, I get it. I'm a big John Hughes fan, so I would say do that too. But
like I said, I might have watched it.
Don't feel okay. We don't want any pressure. This is not either where. It's just that it's since you haven't seen it. I'm thinking I wish I had not seen it so that I could see it for the first time again.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Okay,
we just want to judge you. That's
okay.
all.
That's fine. I'm used to that.
E.T.
Yes.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes.
The Terminator.
Oh, yes.
The Princess Bride.
Yes.
The Empire Strike Back.
Yes.
Aliens.
Yes.
Stand By Me.
No.
Sorry, I keep gasping for air because you have to see Stand By Me.
Wait, is Stand By Me there is part of the movie this little kid's throwing up and somebody's holding them or something? No.
Well, there might be a throw up portion of it, but it's with River Phoenix.
You want to see a dead body?
Oh, yeah. I got nothing. I don't know.
Oh, well, just Stand By Me is definitely worth. Oh my goodness, I liked it. It's freaking cool.
I understand all the pop culture references from those movies, but I've never seen them all. So anyway, go ahead, continue.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
And Doc mentioned this one, 16 Candles.
No.
Gremlins.
Yes.
It's freaking awesome. Yeah.
Don't feed them after midnight is a shitty thing because technically every time is after midnight.
Yeah.
Don't get them wet.
Don't get them wet.
Don't let them watch TV.
The same rules as strippers.
The Karate Kid.
Yes. Top
Gun.
Yes.
Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Freaking awesome one. Footloose.
No.
Don't watch it. I hated it.
You should. You definitely need to watch Footloose as well. Cheese, Sarah. There's some Jonathan Lithgow cheese that goes on in that movie.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I said it's a thumbs down, but Doc says
full of cheddar. I'm saying if you take it seriously, agree with Eloy, not very good. But if you could just that movie has everything you want in a good sandwich. There's bacon, the Kevin Bacon, and cheese. There's bacon in a perfect sandwich. It's a cheesy bacon sandwich.
Okay.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes.
Okay. Airplane.
I want to say yes, so that's like maybe.
It's like slapstick. I never liked it, but people love it. So, let's see here. I'm gonna skip Caddyshack because Doc loves that one. Okay.
I like the Airplane.
Coming to America.
Yes.
All right. The Lost Boys.
No.
That one's worth watching. It's a really good movie. Vampire movie, but it's really cool. Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes, I love that movie.
It is a pretty cool movie.
I need to rewatch that.
Big with Tom Hanks. Okay. Risky Business with Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Okay. Labyrinth.
Yes.
Which I think was Labyrinth also Tom Cruise in it? No.
No. They're actually coming out with a new series of Labyrinth.
Oh.
Was that the Bowie?
Yeah, it's David Bowie.
Dirty Dancing.
No.
Whoa.
The Swayze?
Sister,
Nope.
I'm telling you right now, you've got to see. Dirty Dancing is really cool. I mean,
Who did you just embody just then?
I don't know. I just grab it from the air and I just, you have to do that one. That
Okay.
was like
It's recommended viewing if you're a Swayze fan.
Okay.
No,
I'm
it's
just saying. Yeah, well, it's a good movie. Besides that,
yeah. If you're Swayze, obviously, but it's also a very. I don't want to say it's a love. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Anyways, where were we? Scarface.
No.
You gotta. Well, it's kind of like gangster stuff, but you gotta watch it.
I tried watching it. I have it in some queue somewhere. I tried watching it one day and I can't remember why I stopped. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
One more, Flashdance.
Nope.
It's been a long time since it came out in '83, so it's been a long time. But I think that movie had the song "What a Feeling." What a feeling.
Yep.
Yeah,
She's a maniac.
Yeah, she's a maniac. So I just wanted to see, and you've seen most of them. There's a few key ones that I'll tell you right now. It's totally worth watching.
What was the early one
that she had not seen?
Yeah.
Goonies.
Right now.
Yeah, that's the one, Sarah. Of all the ones that you said no to, that's the
Stand
one.
by Me.
You got Corey Feldman, young Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Young Sean Astin Scott.
Yeah.
I'm surprised and I'm saddened that you didn't include Predator in that list.
Well, that's what Google gave me.
You had Alien, you had Die Hard.
If I could make any noise, that would be the one. I'd want to make the Predator noise, the clicky noise.
I want to know what the purpose of their mouth is.
I don't know.
Like, if you think about it, that weird openy like rah thing. How? How do you eat that with that?
That's it's a mystery of the Predator.
Guess.
There was a lot of cool little movies that at the time were like on the edge of technology, like just the way it was put together, these movies, and there was some good stuff. Now going back looking, a lot of the movies are hard to look at.
One movie that did not age well that I've rewatched in the last year was Interview with a Vampire.
What, Sarah? We've got
did not
issues.
age well. No, I've watched it. No, I watched it like a majillion times when I was younger.
I love that movie,
and I rewatched it in the last year, and it did not age well. It did not do well.
I can't believe you.
But like, I watched Dredd and Judge Dredd are like one of my two favorite movies.
See,
and Judge Dredd, I can watch it a million times. It's aged perfectly.
And I'm totally the opposite of what you just said. And all these movie choices, starting with the Game of Thrones thing, and now you come up with this thing that movie hasn't aged well. What movie was it again? I forgot. I was arguing so hard that I forgot even what I was arguing about.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, there we go. Now I'm pissed again. How dare you say that it hasn't aged well? I think it's perfectly a decent, it's a really solid movie.
No, it's fine. It's just I rewatched it and I was like, ugh.
I'll tell you what hasn't aged well. What is it? Dracula 2000, or was it 2010? Do you guys remember that one?
No,
Yeah.
that was one of them. That was one of the things. Everything got a something 2000. Dracula is one of them.
I'll tell you that did not. That is a crappy movie even back then.
That's gonna happen again, by the way, guys.
Oh.
We're about to get a everything 2020.
Yes.
It's gonna be completely this 20 Eloy 2020. We're gonna do a scratch 2020.
Yes.
Do you guys remember in the year 2000? In the year 2000. Do you guys remember that all the world was going to come to the
Y2K?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was a little worried.
I was not.
I like that Conan did that joke even years after the year 2000. It was still funny.
He did it even afterwards, didn't he?
Yeah, he did it clean until he left the network there. He did the year 2000.
It's so crazy, dude.
There's so many times where they have proclaimed that the world is going to end. It never does.
I think it does.
It'll be caused by human influences, not Y2K or a Mayan calendar or.
I think it is the Mayan calendar thing. I think it's inevitable. I think it's not in our hands to control. Like, you know how we're always worried about that we're so powerful that we can destroy this. And yeah, to me, the worst thing we could do is that nuclear power, because it fries the oceans and pollutes it. So that, I get that. That Fukushima thing and all that, that's freaking scary stuff.
I have a question for you, Eloy.
Yeah.
If the Earth is flat, then how can the lizard people live in the center of the Earth?
Because the thing is that when they dig through the ground,
they eat goat brains.
And soft red wine.
It flips. The gravity flips over, and they're actually on the other side of the world
with the flat moon.
I'm making that up. Those are two completely different theories, but I think that there's cataclysmic things and cycles. Like, I think wait till Bales gets back. You're gonna see a changed man. Number one, he's been dating a camel for like 5 weeks, so he's gonna be a changed man on that level. But besides that, when he comes back, watch what he says and how he says, because you can't go over there and see all that craziness with the statues so big and this and that. Back in the day when they had just freaking iron to cut things, they have saw marks that's better than the DeWalt lineup. Something strange, Sarah, has occurred in our past that we don't have in memory.
Totally agree.
Yeah, something has gone. There's something really weird. We're living sort of like, what do you call it? Amnesia. Not really, but you know what I mean. Like, we don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Bales is going to come back and give us a 2-word answer about how his trip was. He's going to be a changed man. He's going to be a world-traveled asshole when he comes back. He's going to be... You think he's going to be what if he comes back with a white robe and enlightened, Eloy?
That is what I was going to tell you. See, now you're cooking.
You think? I think he comes back with the 60 grit, super dark, and full of hate and rage.
Oh yeah, no, he'll have a glow.
Dude, he might get hit with like a lightning bolt while he's there, become some sort of super villain.
The power that emerges from within him will be so powerful, he'll start to glow, and his nipple rings will just explode right off. Anything that's metal will just pop right off, and he'll just shimmer, and then a robe will wrap around him, and then he shall begin to tell us what the hell happened. I know that's what's going to happen.
Bales' nipple rings are another one of those things that get a lot of play on the show.
I think Bales is one bad industrial accident away from being a supervillain.
Yeah. I know a couple people like that.
That's hilarious. I don't know why.
He's gonna touch something when he's in a pyramid, and he's gonna get some powers.
I don't know, but when Sarah said that, I was thinking of, remember that the Toxic Avenger that
God.
Trauma.
I can see Bales coming back as the Toxic Avenger. I've been worried about him because not anymore. Now I'm okay because I saw that but I didn't hear from him. He was communicating with us a lot in the back, just so the audience knows. Bales communicates with us even though he's all the way over there in Egypt.
He piped in one of the chats, and I was like, "You're in Egypt."
He slid in and like took a shot at somebody, and I was like, "Dude, that's what I'm saying." He's so full of hatred and rage.
It's not gonna change.
Oh man!
Hold on, Egypt. Hold on, pyramid. I gotta blast this person right quick. Bang!
What
It was an awful joke too. You just like took a pot shot. I think it was at me.
No, he attacked me. He wouldn't attack.
No, he didn't attack. It was some other person.
I bet you. I bet you when he went person non grata, that's missing, that he had eaten or drank something he shouldn't have, and he was stuck in the shitter.
Persona non grata doesn't mean you're missing.
Wait a second. Hold on.
I was just pretending like I knew what that word meant because I didn't.
Are you trying to correct me live on air? Doc?
I can edit it out. We can just.
Are you trying? No. No, I don't want it edited.
But okay, well, let's have it out then, dude.
That's right. That's what I want.
Playing the feud.
Are you trying to tell me that person non grata is, what did I say it was?
Missing. No, persona non grata means you're like the most hated person.
It says
it's a legal term for somebody. What are they, in exile or
a foreign person who's entering or remaining in a particular country is prohibited by that country's government.
That sounds like Bales to me. So
I agree.
So then, what would it be? Person
bipedal.
Person bipedal. Okay.
Sir not appearing in this film.
Hey man, listen, I'll tell you one thing for sure. We can't, I used the word and it was in the wrong context, but we can't all, if I were to have backed away and said, okay, Doc, erase it just to make me look better that I don't, no, we all have, missing, information and stuff, and it's okay. We're human. So I'm totally okay with screwing up.
I have started to look up some of the phrases that I use, and I have been using my entire life. And up until I'm 36 now, up until I was probably like 30, I was using a super racial slur that I didn't even realize it. And I had to look it up, and I was like, wow, I'm a total jerk. It was just something my whole family used and didn't think anything of it.
What was it?
I don't know if it's, well, like, it's not bad, but it's
if it's super bad, we'll bleep it.
No, there's no bad word in it, but it was I would say it's mighty white of you.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh my gosh,
bad.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Why?
It's basically saying that only white people do this good thing or nice thing or whatever it happens to be.
The only one I correct people on, that I tell people you shouldn't say anymore, is when people give me the rule of thumb. It's like, do you know what the rule of thumb is?
Yeah, that
it's
one
like,
too.
Yeah, you should not use the rule of thumb. It's like, do you know what the rule of thumb is?
Yes, now you guys are going too crazy.
Do you know what the rule of thumb is, Eloy?
Of course, we've talked about it on Trampled Underfoot.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You could take a switch that's the thickness of your thumb, and
you could beat your podcast mate with it.
That's right. And so I'll tell you this much. Hey, just because I fumbled one minute thing, and it, by the way,
I'm gonna beat you. That was me threatening you. That's all the bully stuff you tell me I am.
And,
Get it right, Eloy.
I'll just say that I forgot what I was so angry about again. So I lost my freaking train.
Phrases.
It's mighty Cuban of you, Eloy.
Oh, that's what I was actually gonna say. Like we say down here, hey, you know what? That's mighty Cuban of you. And then the other person smiles and he just ruffles up and stuff. We do that down here.
What is ruffle up? Like,
like he perks up.
Oh.
He straightens up and whatever. Actually, we don't use that, but whatever. I was just trying to make it palatable.
So, fun fact, you know the word loophole? Like, it's a
That's
thing.
Filthy.
It is.
Is it?
Sorry. No.
Oh.
A loophole. Like, you can skirt around rules because there's a loophole in the description, whatever.
Yeah.
So, it actually comes from the term used in castles. It was the hole that archers used to shoot stuff out of, or that you could look out of to see if somebody was rolling up on your castle. And it was called a loop. So, and it was a breach in your security. So it's a loophole.
That's very cool, actually.
Chowder archers.
They just pour chowder out.
So that's mighty white of you is actually supposed to be bad.
Yeah, it's not nice.
I guess, but what Doc said, okay, I kind of can accept that because I get it, because why can't you say that's my? See, if I even give an alternative to it, it becomes bad. But the one that Doc said,
yeah. I don't go out of my way. I just try not to use it, and then if I hear someone say it every once in a while, I'll be like, "Do you know what the rule of thumb is?"
No, you said another one also.
Oh, he was making fun of you. He said mighty Cuban of you.
Oh yeah.
No, he had said one prior to that as well. I
did.
Yeah, you said you said the man. I'm you said that the one you just said now, but you said one prior.
I didn't hear him say one.
Yeah, he said one. We're gonna have to rewind.
I wish we had a court stenographer here.
I know.
Please, can you read that back to me?
Yeah, because he said one that was. He said that one was rude, and I said no, Doc, that one's not, and it's not the one that you just said now, which I forgot.
Not the rule of thumb.
Yeah, it's not the rule of thumb. You said another one that was actually pretty. The audience probably remembers, but we don't.
They're sitting there yelling like you morons.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll edit this. It will sound smart.
No, dude, that's what makes it fun. We want to have a little.
Well, I've never ever. I say that every time that I'm gonna cut it up, but I don't. I'm too lazy.
I was listening when I was coming back from Atlanta. I re-listened to a couple episodes and it still made me giggle.
Yeah, no, it's raw. I'm too lazy to do it any other way.
I had to explain to somebody what the term poo bearing was.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
That's a good one.
Is it what I think it means?
It's just where
no pants plus shirt.
Pants. Yep, a little sea creature hanging out.
Oh, poo bearing.
Yeah, not poo bearing.
I'm sure you're doing it all the time, Eloy.
Bearing poo.
Yeah,
bearing the poo.
It sounds like some sort of medieval act.
Bring out the poo bearing.
Oh man, you guys are just. I can't do this sort of thing. You guys are just no way. I can't. I'm not associated.
Do you know what waffle stomping is?
Yep.
Waffle stomping. Is it something to do with cows out in the pasture?
Nope.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
This is where we miss Ryan. Ryan knew all these, but I know what that was. I think Ryan might have been the one to tell me this.
Damn it.
A waffle stomp is if you poop in the shower and you squish it down with your feet down the drain.
No, Sarah, that is really freaking bad on so many levels.
Are you just going to leave the turd in the tub? I mean, you got to do something with it.
No. Okay, no. Oh, man.
You are so welcome.
That you know what? Admit it now. Raise your hand if you, what was it, poop bearing? Which is this one? Poop bearing.
In today's forecast, the poop bearing channel is 47 miles per hour headed in the northeast direction.
Raise your hands right now on the count of 3 here in this and you out in the audience, and no matter where you're listening, you could just raise your hand. How many of you have done that Sarah just said? And poop. 1, 2, 3. Raise your hands.
Pooping in the shower? No, I have never pooped in the shower intentionally.
What?
So my best friend has a kid, and the kid got diarrhea, and they didn't want to keep changing the kid's diaper because it was giving her a rash, so they literally just put her in the tub.
Oh wow!
Changed the water out.
It goes down
Kids
the drain.
Are gross.
That's not what you do. Just get some cream.
It wasn't like she sat in her own poo. It was just.
I guess.
They made sure the water was clear, but they didn't want to.
I get it.
Jack the kid up. I don't know.
But
I would do it if my drunk friend was shitting themselves. Just sit in the toilet. Just sit in the tub. You're fine.
But peeing in the bath or shower. Well, in the bath, no, in the shower.
Oh yeah, peeing you should in your lifetime. You should do 3 things in the shower. You can do them simultaneously if you're very talented, but you should pee in the shower.
But don't make it a habit.
Why not?
Well,
Brush your teeth in the shower and enjoy a beverage in the shower, particularly a beer.
I've done all those except the beer.
It's amazing.
I have not drank a beer in the shower.
Should join the club.
I mean, I guess it's I don't know. I don't see the point. Yes, I know you guys do that. Just for the audience.
I see you kids on the internet with your beers in the showers there, listening to your hip hop.
See, whoever hears, if we, this is the problem with this podcast. Whoever comes in that's not been, it's not followed along, and they hear us, they're gonna.
It's great.
It'll blow their mind, but they're gonna want to know how these things connect.
What I'm doing is I'm setting you guys up for future success.
Well,
so you'll listen to this podcast, and so you'll be like, "What the shit is she talking about?" I'm gonna go listen to these other episodes, and boom, you guys are famous.
Hooked.
Oh well, this is where you can plug where people can check you out.
Me?
Yeah.
This is no, I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want people to.
Oh no, I don't care. It's Wartooth Designs. I draw peas and potatoes like constantly on my Instagram. I don't care.
So what is it again?
Wartooth Designs.
Where?
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit,
Internet. Internet.com.
For a moment there, I felt that you did not want to, even though you felt, well, maybe I shouldn't associate. Direct.
No.
Well, because you hesitated to.
Well, because I didn't want to be a jerk on y'all's podcast and be like, "Hey guys, let's go look at my stuff."
No. We're all about no. You know that. Frickin' yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know Sarah.
Yeah.
So I found out that you can customize Chucks, like Chuck Taylor's, the shoes.
I saw that.
And you can get a little word on the back of the shoe, like on the little strip. And I can get the word peen on one. And I thought about buying 2 pairs and getting tater on the other. So I can have peen and tater.
Peen and tater, and then you'd have tater and peen.
Yep.
That sounds like a freaking awesome thing. What kind of shoes are these? Sneakers?
Yeah, Chuck Taylor's.
I have no idea.
You know what they are. You just don't know the name.
I swear to you.
Pair of Converse All-Stars, Eloy, that's the black Converse high top, the outsider, just the regular sneakers that everybody's had forever. You'd know them if you saw them.
Okay.
Those Eloy.
Okay, but to me, those are like, okay, all right. I didn't know they were called that.
Yeah, called Chucks. I need a new pair because these have a hole in them, and every time it rains, my sock gets wet.
Sarah, what if you had Chuck Taters?
I could have Chuck Taters. I don't know. What's really sad is I have a brand new pair of these sitting still in the shoebox in my other room, and I refuse to wear them because these are so comfy.
I want how expensive are those?
Like 50, 60, somewhere in there.
Per shoe?
Yeah.
Just for one.
Just one. You gotta buy. The laces and the tongue are separate.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
I'd like to purchase those shoes. Or that style. I'm sorry.
That comfortable shoes.
Well, I've never owned those.
They are not for long-term standing in, just an FYI. They're horrible for your back. But you can wear them with just about anything.
Yeah, they're super cool looking, but if you to get around in those, Eloy,
no, bad.
Incorrect. Bad idea.
Can I put a Dr. Scholl's?
You can, but it screws with the height. I wore Chuck Taylors forever.
Yeah.
And then it just jacked. I couldn't do it anymore.
There's not a lot of room inside the shoe.
Yeah.
And it makes it feel uncomfortable. So yeah, these are not for long-term wearing. These are just looking good shoes.
Did you guys ever wear Converse?
I've been wearing One Stars lately, or shell toes lately. Adidas Superstars. Those seem to be good for walking and getting around in.
Back in the day, our thing was Adidas, Reebok, and then Elysees.
What the hell are those?
Elysees.
Yeah.
It's a Miami brand.
Or is it Elise?
I don't know.
I don't remember the latter, but I owned Reebok. You don't remember Reebok?
Reebok, I remember.
Yeah.
And then why did you say, what are those?
Us Elise was what I'd never heard of.
It's with an E. Elises.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Those were famous back in the day. Well, you remember my Adidas, right?
Yeah.
Adidas.
Rocks to stand in foreign lands.
Yeah.
Every time I hear Adidas, all I could think of is the Korn song. Because I was that kid.
Really? That's what you think of?
Yep.
I think of Rum DMC from the Raising Hell album.
I've been trying to find one of those old school 90s style Adidas. Remember the jerseys that everyone had? The Magic Fabric Adidas jerseys that had the white collar.
I don't know those.
Oh, okay. Jonathan Davis wore one forever.
I've never heard
Do you know that those guys went all super Christian rock? Apparently.
All of them? I know Head did, but I didn't know.
I don't know. I didn't.
Jesus people.
The only artist I actually keep up with, and I know all of their songs and bought all their albums. You guys are gonna laugh at this. Is Eminem? Eminem.
I mean, I'm not gonna laugh at it.
It's okay. I do.
I'm not a big rapper fan, but
Really?
yeah.
No.
I mean,
that's mighty Cuban of you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we Cubans do. We frickin' knock everybody down because of their bad rap. The problem about rap is, we remember rap. We came up listening to Rum DMC and
Rum DMC. I had that drink last week.
If that's not a drink, it should be.
The Beastie Boys. We used to love the Beastie Boys back in the day and all that stuff. But the thing about it is that it started going so gangster and wicked. And I just, it just lost it. But I did hear, what was that guy that you said?
Eminem.
Yeah. But he says some dirty stuff,
Oh, yeah, his music is terrible. But I was also an angsty emo kid when I was younger.
Yeah.
I was a goth kid. I wasn't emo because that didn't exist back then.
Goth. You were goth.
Oh, yeah. I was a weirdo goth kid.
You wore black and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, the goth kids in my school were... So there was the goth, there were the rockers, which blended with the goth, and then there were the losers. And they blended with the rockers and the goth. And then there were the preppies, and then there were the jocks, and then there were all the people in between. I hung out with the smokers, losers, rockers, and goth. That's who I hung out with. But I typically hang out more with, I don't want to say the full-fledged rockers, but more with like the smokers / rockers. So that whole group.
Subcategory? I see it.
Yeah. I was totally anti-establishment.
No.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't handle it. Could not. And Doc was a jock, full-fledged.
Kinda.
Yep.
I can see it.
You know it.
Yeah, but I wasn't like meathead beat you up. Like when you say jock, it's just such a bad connotation.
Oh, so you were the guy that was a jock, but you wanted to reach hands across the ocean and make everybody's okay. You were the cool jock that happened to be a jock, but would reach out.
I don't think I actively tried to, rain on anybody's parade.
What was that judgmental? Jeez.
I wasn't. I'm tired and I'm hungry and I can smell chicken out in the kitchen.
Oh, so the huh.
Well, that's it then. That's over.
Wait. So the was like you saying, huh, there's chicken and it's smelling. I can smell
Pretty much.
I can smell the spices.
Pretty
I'm
much.
sorry,
Yeah.
Doc.
I've never put anybody in a locker or anything like that.
Doc
Well,
is
that's
really.
good.
I think I touched a nerve with Doc because he's like sort of correct, for the record, putting things in perspective here.
Yeah, it's like I said, that's kind of one of those. It's a rough word. Usually, especially you get around people in the maker community for a while, or especially like in nerd culture,
Yeah,
or like your dork friends.
yeah.
They want to talk about Star Wars. It's not cool. It's not cool to be on the football team when you're around those people. Like they don't want to hear it,
But
and
now
they
it's
especially don't.
becoming more acceptable, though.
Yeah, well, it was the other way around. I was like on the football team, but I was trying to be cool with like the nerdy people because I was kind of interested. So I wanted to know what was going on too. So
Yeah,
I never really
see,
pushed it too hard. I
see,
remember one time, Eloy. I remember this
no,
one
go ahead,
time. I was friends with a bunch of different people, and this girl I'd known my whole life. She's dating this like artist kid, and ripped jeans and whatever, and the whole deal. And we show up at like his mom's house, so there's like 10 of us roll in, and like they're all dressed like they just got out of a thing. And I think I had my varsity jacket on, like I had come from a football game. I was just like, whatever, I'm here, I'm not trying. And like the mother is looking at me, she's like, hi. I was like, hello. She's like, what are you doing here exactly? I was like, I'm friends with Melissa, blah blah blah. Well, okay. And
She's not sure how to make it out.
yeah, I didn't know what was going on, and I was like, I didn't even think, like that.
So I guess what you're trying to tell us is that you were very conflicted with your role in school because you were deemed a jock, but in truth, you were multi-leveled. You could have been just as easily on the rockers, on the smokers, on the what was the other ones I said? All of those people.
You had a bunch of subcategories going on. I couldn't keep track of you.
Yeah, I was always very interested in the other people's goings on.
Yeah.
We had the weirdos, the preppy kids, and the rednecks. That was about it.
Oh, wow. See, we did have a redneck contingency, but it was so minute. Because, in Miami, yes, we do, but just, it was very minute. And we correctly threw them into the rocker category. Because, in fact, they would come in motorcycles. Freaking badass. So, and we wouldn't say redneck, but if anything, we'd connect them into the rocker contingency. So
now there is a difference between redneck, white trash, and hillbilly.
But they all share common traits.
They do, but they're different.
Yeah. Can you give us the differences?
Yeah. So like a redneck is this like trashy. Like they are usually uneducated.
No trailers or trailers?
I mean, trailers are just a stereotype, I guess. But I mean but the majority probably yes. They're usually lean on the uneducated side. They're kind of just goobers and usually a little rough around the edges.
Well, no, but a goober can be a very nice person that's not a redneck.
That's probably the wrong word to use.
Okay.
Kind of a moron, maybe, or a little abrasive might be a better word.
Jeez. Okay. You're busting this podcast wide open.
Well, I mean, and this is
continue.
not a all encompassing thing. Like it's just a very broad stroke of the definition. Then you've got hillbillies. Like they are just people who they've lived in the woods, usually not very up on a lot of pop culture. They're just living their life. They're doing their things that they've done their entire life.
Right.
That kind of thing. And then white trash is just the worst of the worst. Like they are the ones that, have just the baby on the hip and the shotgun in the front yard and like they will start fights and just, stab you with a beer bottle if you're not careful. Like white trash is the worst. They're the troublemakers. Rednecks aren't always troublemakers, because rednecks can sometimes be like very. It's almost like think of like the Wild West. Like they could be courteous,
Right.
but they're still gonna like shoot you if you talk to their sister wrong, kind of thing.
Right.
But then you've got like the white trash who just give no shits and like just are horrible.
So out of the three categories, the white trash is the most dangerous and volatile.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a tie between redneck and white trash. Redneck is a little more like the pop culture version of that category. Like they're the rebel flag wearing, like, old cars. Like they're very like stereotypical Southern, but a little more abrasive and like a little more outspoken about it, I guess. So and white trash doesn't necessarily have to be Southern. They can be kind of anywhere. They're just
that's very so it's localized. Very interesting. And so, last question about that. Generally speaking, which are out of the three groups, which are the highest educated in or knowledgeable? Let's say.
And that's a relative term because it depends on what you mean, what category they might be knowledgeable in. I would say hillbillies. They're going to be the people that probably know the most about stuff. I'm serious.
Hell yeah, man. You don't want to mess with hill folk.
Yeah. They know how to
fix your car, make some whiskey.
Yeah, exactly. Like they know how to survive on literally nothing and make a living and do everything else and cure you with, mom's salve that you stick in your ear and like here's some moonshine and here's my car I bought in 1920.
Mountain folk.
Yeah.
I need your mom to stick something in my ear. No, but you know what this, I guess using all this so it's the white trash that's the category of like just pestilence and just horror.
Yeah. And that
generally speaking.
It doesn't necessarily also mean white in general, but that's just the term that's used. It's that level of awful. Like it usually is white people that are just, you see them and they have like, they're the people who dump their kids' diapers in the parking lot. They are the people who break shit in Walmart and don't tell anybody and that yell at you because you're looking at their man. Like they're just rude and horrible. Yeah.
So who would self-identify as white trash? Who would do that? I mean, it's just isn't that a label that comes from the outside? And it's
probably more of a derogatory term, but I have seen floating around on the internet. I don't know anybody personally that take it to heart and they have like tattoos of white trash on themselves and wear it with pride.
Well, I mean, if they like that, what the hell, Yeah.
But it's a Southern thing. And I grew up, like, my neighbors were super redneck. Like, their whole family lived on, like, the 2 acres that they had. They had, like, 6 houses on these 2 acres. And, like, 3 or 4 generations lived there. And they were just, like, the redneck. But they were awesome. Like, they were, my best friend lived there.
So, although culturally this and that, we know these terms and this and all that. And there's lifestyles. Yeah. I don't necessarily target an actual official thing to any, people if they're, from rural areas. I try not to. Yes, we do it in a joking way and this and that in general, but in reality, I don't, there's, I guess everything you're saying is exactly accurate.
I was, like, to put in perspective, I was a total redneck growing up. Like, 100%, no doubt in my mind, I was a redneck. So, I mean, it's not like, I think redneck and hillbilly are more of like, they take those, hillbillies just get labeled because they don't give a shit. Rednecks, I think, take that and they're like, yeah, I'm a redneck, man. And I think white trash gets the label like thrown on them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, heck, this podcast is about learning, and we've all learned something today. So we thank you, Sarah, for. What's that, Doc?
I said, yes, we have.
Well, we want to thank Sarah, our guest today, and you should go check out Wartooth Designs on Instagram.
Check out her war teeth.
Check out my peanut taters.
Scratch.